The entire reason that any of us are here right now is because of the gentleman you're about to hear from. Were it not for this individual, were not for this gentleman, I have no idea where my life would be. I think I'd probably still be waiting tables and not living a very happy life. I would not be living on purpose. And I think it's safe to say that virtually everyone that you've heard from today, and many of the people that are on this line right now, you would agree with me. Wayne Nugent, I call him the Steve Jobs of travel and network marketing. I'm telling you right now, I don't know anybody that knows more about travel than this individual. And I mean that genuinely. This dude, sorry, Wayne, this guy, this gentleman is a visionary. I knew it the minute I met him, because as soon as he opened his mouth and started talking, I started seeing the possibilities for my life. That is what a visionary can do. They speak life into you, and they help you see the greater possibilities for yourself and other people. He is truly one of the funnest people, probably the funnest person you'll ever hang out with. He's profoundly successful, and he is a master network marketer. He is the founder of WorldVentures. He is the chief visionary officer. He is a phenomenal father, a great husband, and a great friend. And I'm telling you right now, I will follow this man anywhere and everywhere. Hands down. Mr. Wayne Nugent, thank you so much for being on the line.
All right, Martin. Yes, absolutely. Martin Ruof, my dear friend. And, you know, I remember when Martin and I first met, for those of you who weren't here, over 13 years ago. I flew out to Dallas, Texas, where I live, to Los Angeles to do a meeting, and Martin, was at that place in his life. Julie was talking about, he was humble, and he was hungry, and he was willing to hustle. And so after I did this presentation with just, a lot of humility, Martin comes up after the meeting and says, hey, I liked your presentation, everything you shared. Can I, you mind, can I carry that for you out to the car? And he walks me out to the car, and he says, do you have are you in town tomorrow? Can I meet up with you and all this? And I was like, no, I fly out tomorrow morning. He says, well, do you have a ride to the airport? Can I come pick you up and take you to the airport? I said, okay. So he's calling from the lobby the next morning and saying, okay, I'm here early downstairs. Can you come down a little early? I'm like, okay. So I go downstairs, and he's ready with a microphone and a video camera. And he says, can I record you, doing that presentation you did last night? And I'm like, okay. So we got by the hotel swimming pool on the lounge chair, set up a laptop, open up my laptop, go through my presentation slides with a video camera, and he put a microphone on me, he's recording me. Next thing I know, he's getting upwards of 80 grand a month or so, moving into Tina Turner's old house in the Hollywood Hills, then buys Shaquille O'Neal's S-Class Mercedes, this badass, beautiful S63 or S65, beautiful Mercedes. And then I remember, we go out to Pirates Cove together in Vegas. That was a lot of fun. But, for Martin and I, it's been this lifetime, of memories. I mean, really, like, in a way, you do anything, you put in your 10,000 hours, you put in 10 years in anything, you should be great at it. You put in 15, 20 years, you're going to be excellent. You put in 30, 40 years. I mean, you're a master. You should be, legendary and iconic. But, the idea is to learn faster. I think it happens in the real world, that there's this career path, that takes a 40-year plan. Here, what I saw is it could be a 2, 3, 4, 5-year plan. Amway has done an incredible job of getting people in the business, locked in and thinking with a 5-year plan. Don't look left, don't look right, 5-year plan, that's what it takes. And Amway has mastered that. And I was going door to door after I came out of the Marine Corps, and I was going door to door. This is after Desert Storm and everything. And, I got the mindset of a Marine, one shot, one kill, strike first, strike hard, hesitation causes death, improvise, adapt, and overcome, teamwork will get you. So, I got all these things in my head about how to go about life and succeed at life and being competitive and being driven. And, but the companies I worked for didn't want to promote me, but I was going door to door selling cable TV. It's the only job I could get, sales job. I didn't have any experience. I didn't go to college. I didn't even get a degree. It didn't matter that I'd been in the military, during time of war and was trusted, as a, non-commissioned officer to lead other Marines and all this. And it didn't matter. I was number one, in fact, at the company I worked for, and leading teams around the country. It didn't matter. I didn't have the credentials, so they weren't going to promote me. And that just didn't seem right. That didn't seem fair. So, I quit. They lose a good guy like me. There was a second job I had where I was going, I was working for this publishing company out of Chicago, one of the biggest out there, Connors. And I was going to businesses. And I was number one in the nation. They couldn't believe it. They sent a guy out from Chicago to come follow me around Dallas and just to shadow me for a week or two and just go see what this guy's doing, because he's blowing every other salesperson in the nation away. Go see what he's doing. And at the end of it, the guy says to me, "Man, if you were organized, you'd be dangerous." But I actually got fired from that job because they wanted me to drive from the outskirts of Dallas to downtown Dallas every morning, for a sales meeting. And I didn't want to do it. I wanted to wake up and go to work. I didn't need a babysitter. I didn't need somebody to motivate me. I was self-motivated. That's what I'm going to ask you to do this year. Learn how to become self-motivated. So I think that the way that you learn to become self-motivated to achieve your goals is to be inspired. So who inspires you? What inspires you? What's the vision you can see for yourself? Now's the appropriate time to do that going into 2019. And that's what started the company, because, I got inspired. I wasn't getting promoted at these jobs. The last one I got fired from because I didn't want to play by the corporate rules. And so for anybody who has that safe, secure job or the corporate, hey, good for you. You know what I'm saying? But in life, there's choices, and you can choose to stay there with all its limitations and security, or you can choose to take a risk on yourself and see what you're worth on your own in the marketplace. And if you want to make more money, bring more to the marketplace. And what I do, I have a hard time doing any kind of webinar like this to talk to you without, putting a stack of books, in front of me. I mean, it's just, it's like, what am I thinking? I can't pick one, but I'm constantly, feeding my mind, because your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. And so, garbage in, garbage out. And I know that my net worth is directly proportionate to my network. And so there's skills around how to go build a network. Number one of which, is be likable,
Only Wayne Nugent can turn his back on a webinar and everybody's still like, oh, wow.
And I'm looking for oh, here we go. if you haven't read How to Win Friends and Influence People by now, you know, shame on you. When I was in the Marine Corps, I mean, I was stationed at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, and I had I had a buddy of mine in the Marine Corps that wrestled, and one of his buddies was wrestling for NC State, North Carolina, in Raleigh, and we'd go out there. I'd stay at this guy's house, and this guy wasn't like the most handsome and attractive guy, but man, this guy had the gift of gab. And we'd go out, and man, he would get the prettiest girls, man. And but you know, he'd read this book, and it's so funny. But there's just so much truth in it about life that you got to learn how to, you know, communicate. You know, this is one of the best books ever written that you got to read in life. You know, my favorite book, As a Man Thinketh, by James Allen, but you got to read How to Win Friends and Influence People and Think and Grow Rich. Those are just basic. Here in front of me, I got other ones. But if you'll do this, you know, you can go on to succeed. And I did that. I joined a network marketing company because I was hitting the upper limits, you know, in corporate America. And I didn't like that feeling. And I know that there's a lot of people out there like me. I think the world, you know, is really breeding our prospects for us, especially with social and digital the way that it is now, that we can get on the internet and live vicariously through other people. We can see the life that they're having. And we start going, well, what about me? You know, and we're so busy consuming their life, you know, we're not creating our own. And what I want to try and do with you and your help is set more people free, that we're the ones helping to create each other's lives, a better life with each other. And we're going to expand our network now with the tools, you know, between smartphones. Be smart with your smartphone. You know, should you work hard like you've been taught your whole life? Yes. Should you work smart? Yes. And should you work long? You know, yeah, for a season. Don't get burned out, but yeah, for a season. Work hard, work smart, work long. When you find something good like WorldVentures, yeah, you got to go in on it. But why is WorldVentures good? Why is WorldVentures so good and so unique? Because, you know, it was started on purpose, you know, with purpose. And I'm just telling you what I went through in life that motivated me to start this kind of a company. And it was always meant to be a company that serves you, you know, and serves other people. And I'm going to train you, you know, how to be a good, you know, servant leader. Because again, if you want more from the world, provide more to the world. In order for you to really kind of provide to the world, you gotta be a creator, and you gotta have people to co-create with. If you want people to co-create with you, you gotta be likable. How to Win Friends and Influence People. So, you know, there's Think and Grow Rich. There's the magic of thinking big. There's As a Man Thinketh. What all these books have in common? So what should you be doing going into this year, this new year? Think. Get alone, be by yourself, close your eyes, you know, get where you can think and start thinking about your future. But you got to be able to put aside all the limitations. You know, why aren't you thinking big? The problem most people have is that they're not thinking at all. And then if they do think, they're not thinking big enough. And so that would be the first thing I would encourage you to do. Because in our company, in a business like ours, you build people and then people build the business. So we're trying to find people that want mentorship to be built up. So Martin has become a phenomenal, leader, a phenomenal general. Okay. But as we grow, I've spent, a lot of good time, quality time, I should say, with Hadiatu and Julian and Keith Willis and Greg, Mike, Marriage. I mean, when you get to this level and you have this, first you're just growing on your own, trying to have some extreme accountability, extreme ownership, accountability. But as you grow and grow as a leader and build a team, you go through different mental and emotional stuff. So me as a leader, me as a rep, me as an owner, I've always got to grow, and we're going through different kind of lessons. So I don't know where you're at right now on the path. We're just happy that of all paths in the world that you could have chosen, you chose this one. Once you get on this path, you realize it's a great company being led by great people with great intentions. We have great field leaders, generals, that are looking to raise you up. What more are you looking for? So are we perfect? No. Did we ever say we were or we ever would be? No. But we want to be, we care to be, we strive to be. We miss the mark, and a lot of times we hit excellence. I've never been a part of a better company. I don't know of a better company. And I'm trying to be very objective about that, that I know there's a lot of different companies out there, different jobs, different careers. There are. And on the internet nowadays, you can see a lot of talented people that have got mastery, at playing the guitar or sports or other things. All that's a language, and it takes practice and repetition and building skills. It requires focus on one thing, and build healthy habits, and it's really about consistency. So that's why I say get good at something worth getting good at. This is worth getting good at. This is something you can do for the rest of your life, and then pass it on to your kids. And that's what this is meant to be. This company is meant to be a legacy company. I mean, I'm telling you from the very beginning, I'm thinking about a company that's going to outlive me. And again, because who inspired me? And I look at, great companies are being led by great people that have, since passed, and the companies go on without them and things like that. So I'm thinking generational wealth. And behind the scenes, that's my primary job, is setting up the company to where it can outlive me. And I've got great leaders and great generals that have been built, that we love the company more than we love ourselves. And we're willing to play team and say, how are we going to carry this company into the future? And so that's why I have so much appreciation for all my years with Martin, and still being in the trenches and leading the way that he is with you right now. And he mentioned Dave and Yvette Uloa, but to see the new leadership like Hadiatu, and she's saying, look, I came on and I was teachable. Mike, pay attention, get excited, never quit. These things get beat into our heads. Greg and his experience, in the military and taking, just like I did, taking that military training and reapplying it, here. Keith with the way he was raised in sports. But let's say that you didn't grow up with an entrepreneurial family, like my dad was, or going to church, regularly, and having those spiritual values instilled while you were young that I think, relate to business and doing business properly, or sports, or, what is it for you, an area of your life that you've excelled in the past, and how do you apply that here now? But I, as the chief visionary officer, as the founder, You know, I expect you to succeed. I expect us to succeed. I already see 2 and 3 billion right within our grasp. And then I expect that you run up to 5 billion and all, you start making some serious news along the way there. And then all of a sudden, because of the size of our industry, the different things that we've got in the works and planning and infrastructure we're building, do I see past 10 billion and us becoming number one in the entire industry? Yeah. So we've already proven ourselves to be, you know, one of the biggest companies in the entire industry selling anything, but the only travel company. We've already achieved the fastest growth rate of any company in the entire industry. We pulled back for a little bit. We learned some lessons. We hired some people. We built some infrastructure around the world. And now we're growing faster than we ever have before. And probably right now growing faster than any other company in the entire industry selling anything. So that's where we're at right now. And that's because of the people that are awake and plugged in and taking advantage of these promotions that we put together, you know, behind the scenes, because we have years and years of data, years and years of information that we can digest and you know, and dial and learn from and dial things in, and we can constantly improve. You know, when I did work for companies, they would put me on these teams called, you know, Kaizen. You know, what Tony Robbins would call KANI, constant and never-ending improvement, Deming philosophies, you know, Kaizen, Japanese for continuous improvement. You know, as a company, we want to do that. As an individual, you want to do that. You know, every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. And that's really what I care about, is that when you join our company, you're plugging into a company that by design, we're caring about you in every aspect of your being. We're caring about you spiritually, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Spiritually, physically, emotionally, intellectually, and financially. You know, not caring about you religiously, but caring about you spiritually. Do I care that you're taking time out and going within and tapping that internal truth, and you know, and taking time to do this reflection, this contemplation, and yes, I think that's where character is built. And character is important because you're either in a storm or you're going to be in a storm in the future. Storms come and they go. The question is, who are you in a storm? And it's during these times of reflection that you build, you know, your character. So we care about that, because if you're becoming a part of the foundation of this company, the fact that you're on a webinar like this after this much time on a Saturday, it really says a lot about you, that you're awake, that you're plugged in, that you're hungry, but you're being humble, you're teachable. Above all things, pray for wisdom. But you know, in order to gain wisdom, you have to have humility. You got to be teachable. And so it says a lot about you, that you're following the leader. And that's how it works. You know, the best followers become the best leaders. The best students become the best teachers. And you can't give what you don't have. So right now, you know, you're getting more and more information about me individually, about the company, about your leadership, about the promotions that we're running, but you're actively engaged. And this is obviously a priority in your life. And that's what it is. You're going to hear one of the biggest objections out there is, I don't have the time. And it's never about time. It's about priority. We all have 24 hours in a day. It's what you choose to do with your time. And what you're choosing to do with your time today is be here with us. And that says a lot about you. And, you know, I've been doing this, you know, 25 years, and I'm still plugged in. I still work every day. I still show up every day with a lot of humility, and I'm teachable. And, you know, the people that I inspired, that were became self-motivated. They went out there and succeeded and achieved. We got people hitting triple IMD now. We're popping IMDs all over the world. You know, iron sharpens iron. We have our PAC team. We have our international leadership team. And you know what? We collaborate and we co-create this company. And so we want you to be a part of that. As you know, when you have a company with leadership on the rise, then your company is on the rise. And that's what we're trying to do, is invest in you, build you into a leader that makes our entire company grow. But we want your success to be, you know, sustainable success. So that's why we're caring about the well-being of your whole being, so that as you succeed, you're not going to be a one-hit wonder. You're not going to be a flash in the pan. You're going to learn to run your business like a business. You know, pay your taxes, reinvest in your business. You know, run your own promotions through your own organization. Do your own trainings like this. You know, so at first it's okay for you to be the student and to absorb. But every time right now when you're learning and absorbing, it's because one day you're going to be the teacher. And so you start listening at a different level. And that's how you learn the most. You don't learn necessarily the most by reading it out of a book or by doing it. Really, the way you learn the deepest is by teaching it. So should you plug into a webinar like this and get training, and read books like this and get training? Absolutely. But then, and should you go apply what you learned? Absolutely. But you got to be thinking about it also, thinking past that, about that one day you're going to be teaching this. And so as you're doing it, you're more intentional about it, doing the job and doing the job the right way, because you don't get paid for doing the job. You get paid for doing the job the right way and producing the right results. Then once you've proven that you can do that, then you become the teacher. And we want more teachers. So we had a lot of fun, you know, and made a lot of money running up to $1 billion in revenue, you know, but it took us about 10 years or so to get there. What I believe is going to happen is we're going to run to 2 and 3 billion in the next 2 to 3 years. That's going to be a heck of a ride. That's going to be a ride nobody wants to miss. It's going to be pretty epic. And it's really about the lifestyle that we create along the way, the memories we create along the way, the leaders and trainers we build along the way, the giving back that we do along the way. We want you to succeed big, because then we believe you'll give back big. And so then I said I was going to come back to the spiritual side. I can't sell anything I don't believe in. Now, I don't believe there is necessarily a perfect company or a perfect product, but I'm looking for the one that I believe is best, that I can believe in the most. And products are needed. Services are needed. I think that there's a need for our product in the marketplace. I believe there is a need for our opportunity in the marketplace. When I compare it side by side, which is natural to do I personally think it's the best? Absolutely. And if not the best, then the top 10 or the top 100. But yes, but out of the millions of companies and businesses out there, do I think that WorldVentures is special, unique, exceptional? Absolutely. Do I feel like I'm blessed to be a part of it, and that you're blessed to be a part of it? Absolutely. So it's a blessing, and we're meant to use it, maximize it, and then go be a blessing, especially into this new year. That to me is energizing. I'm not driven by some like money goal or something. Okay. The thing that I want is this company to be the best it can be for you. That's the thing I want. That's what I want more than anything. I want this thing to be the best it can be. Our company, our product to be the best it can be, and it outlive me, and it just feeds you and your family, you know, into the future, and that we're providing value, you know, to the world and succeeding and giving back. I mean, and that's what we're doing. We have a history of doing that, a track record of doing it. That's our desire. That's our intention. That's what's working. That's what I'm proud to be a part of. I can wake up every day excited, you know, to do that, to go create more fun in people's lives, create more fulfillment in people's lives, create more freedom in people's lives. And that's really how I like to present this. I like to ask people, look, be honest with me. You know, let's cut to the chase. You know, be honest with me. Do you want more fun in your life? Yes or no? You want more freedom in your life? Yes or no? You want more fulfillment in your life? Yes or no? Okay, then let me show you this. I don't know if you'd be interested or not, but let me show it to you, because this company was designed from day one, you know, with that in mind. That's our, you know, why. And so Martin has been an absolute pleasure for me to work with. Greg, my golfing buddy, and over here at my house and mine. I mean, Hadiatu, Julie. I mean, I'm so proud of y'all. Keith, when I saw him doing his thing, man, he's spot on. I noticed when I go listen to Julian just do his training, and I've seen Keith, you know, do his, and every time, everybody's spot on. Everybody's saying the same thing in their own way. You're bringing your flavor to it, your spice, okay? But the truth is the truth. The truth doesn't change. Every leader I see out there, they have the same mindset. They have the same philosophy. A lot of times they're using a lot of the same languaging, but you're bringing your own personal, you know, flavor to it. So you have that in you. What people don't realize, you know, is the greatness that they do have inside them. But they've never had somebody come along and take them by the hand and partner with them and walk the path and bring that out of them. And that's what I've been good at, is I believe in myself, but that's only because I believe in God first. When you believe in God, then you will believe in yourself. And then when you believe in yourself and God, then you will believe in other people. And you do have to believe in other people to be able to pull the best out of them. And that's what I love most about this industry. As much as this industry gets, you know, challenged and look, you know, scoffed at a bit, I don't care. I don't care, because I know the truth. I know the way I go about building it. I know the way I train people to build it is, let's go out there and help people. I mean, I can't help but recruit into the industry of network marketing. I cannot help but recruit people into WorldVentures, because I know it's the best company in network marketing for the ultimate lifestyle. Because if I recruit you into network marketing and you succeed in another company selling another product and you get to the top of the food chain, I know what's going to happen to you when you get to the top of the mountain in another company. You're going to wish that you would have climbed this mountain. Because on top of this mountain, it's a lot more fun. Nobody gets to the top of this mountain wants to climb down and go climb another mountain. You know, you get to the top of this mountain, and it's a good party. Everybody's having a good time. And that's what WorldVentures is. You know, when you get to IMD and WorldVentures, you know, you don't want to quit and go do something else. People go double IMD and triple IMD and quadruple IMD. So yes, it's hardest in the beginning. You got one first day, one first week, one first month, one first year. Make it good. What I recommend you do after a webinar like this, with every new promotion, go to the next event, go to Momentum. Every time, what you got to do is hit reset. And you got to act like it's day number one again, week number one again, month number one again. And that's what we're doing right now in 2009, or going into 2019, is it's about you hitting reset in your life. You know, you're an adult. You take full accountability for your life up to this point. It's what you're going to do. So you found the right thing. Now you got to plug in, and the formula for success is, number one, desire. That's the main question we have for you before we pour into you, before a mentor will take you seriously. Before anybody wants to mentor you, they want to know that you have the desire. If you don't have the desire, you're going to be nothing but a waste of time to a mentor whose time is very valuable. That's their most number one commodity. So don't be the type of person that wastes a mentor's time. Are you ready? Do you have the strong desire? Are you the one saying, I'm next, focus on me. I'm not going to let you down. I'm going to learn how to set good appointments. And then that's what we teach you. If you're teachable, then that's what we'll teach you how to go do. And we'll keep our calendar full. It's our job to go out there and talk to people who aren't in this yet and believe that we're doing them the favor, because this company was designed on purpose, with a purpose, to do good in people's lives. And the more you understand that, and the more you believe in that, the more effective you're going to be. And so congratulations on finding WorldVentures. That's the main thing. Now that you found it, we want to congratulate you all along the way of success. But you got these promotions are meant, to help you, wake up and focus at certain times. So going into this holiday season, we've had record growth because we didn't want to slow down during the holidays. So we ran a promotion. And those of you that have been awake and taken advantage of this promotion, you're ranking up faster. You're succeeding faster. So now we have more plans for the future. We have more plans for January and February and March and summertime and next year. That's our job as the company, working with Martin and the PAC team. So we're doing our job for you behind the scenes. If you will just trust your company, if you'll trust your leadership, that we care about you, the brand new person, we're caring about everybody along the ranks. Okay, we're not leaving anybody out. If you'll trust us, okay, even though we're not perfect, we'll go a lot faster. And that's what this book says, the speed of trust. That when you have high trust, you go fast. When you don't trust us, you go slow. We're going to go slow. We're going to go fast without you. But if you're the one, you have to source trust within you. And so that's what I would ask you to do is do you trust the company? Do you trust the product? Do you trust that we're trying to be a good thing in the world? And if you really believe that, because we can answer all those questions, then you're going to go out in the marketplace and be a lot more influential, a lot more effective. And that's where my source of strength comes from, that I know I'm answering to God, that I know I'm trying to build something for the benefit of people. So seek God first, number one. Love God with all thy heart, mind, and soul. But number two, love thy neighbor as thyself. Take care of your neighbor. Look to add value to your neighbor. That's really what I'm trying to do here, is be that kind of person and build that kind of company and surround myself with those kind of people. And the people that are rooted in those things, I see succeed and succeed long term. And so that's why I always come back to spirituality. So spiritual, physical, emotional, intellectual, and financial. We want WorldVentures to touch every aspect of your being and make your entire quality of life better. And so I just feel, I'm happy that I'm listening, that I'm taking time out and listening and thinking about your future. And I'm grateful that I'm surrounded by people like Martin and other leaders that care about the same thing. So that's what you need to know more than anything is the company is not the building. The company's not me. The company's not, it's us, the people. And you got a bunch of people here that this is the way we think. And this is what we want. And so, again, congratulations to you for finding it. Now make this a big year. Mark it on a calendar, January 1st. Make those New Year's resolutions. Keep this on the front burner of your mind. Don't put it on the back burner. If you'll focus on this for 3 months, this is like P90X for your bank account. You can do P90X for your body and see significant difference. This is like P90X for your bank account, but it's a thing. You have residual bills in life. You need residual income. Once you have that residual income, you're going to be free to travel. You're going to have friends all over the world. You got room to grow. You're going to become a mentor, a coach, an author, all kinds of things. And you can grow as big as you want, as fast as you want. But the main thing is let's get you free first. And you can do that within 3 to 6 months here. And we just want to know who's next. And that's that. So as I say all this, it's all to say, we're waiting on you to raise your hand and say, I'm the one that's hungry and I'm humble so you can teach me. And I promise you, I'm going to be hustling with you. I'm going to run every day with you. And when I find people like that, That's who I pour into, and then that's how I go fast. I go fast because I find people that are willing to go fast with me. And but we care about, even if you're not going fast, even if you haven't made money yet, you ain't raked up. Hey, we love you. We're proud that you chose us. We're proud that you got step number 1 on the path. Okay, and we're not looking to leave you behind. We're not looking to leave you in the dust. Okay, we're just waiting for you. We want you to go at your pace, run your race. Okay, some people are going to come in and succeed faster than you because of their background and all that kind of stuff. Just don't think that we think less of you or we care about you less if you're not succeeding big time. No, that's not true. We love you anyway. That's who we are as people. That's who we are as a company. We love you anyway. It's just, what degree do you want to plug in? And our calendar usually does get filled up with the people that are filling up our calendar. But it does, and then we invite you to plug in with us. But there's no reason that you can't break out, from the pack and say, I want to focus. I'm going to create healthy habits that help me succeed faster. So as long as you go into it thinking, how am I going to apply all this knowledge to this company and this product and this business? Boom, you're going to succeed fast. And you should set a goal that happens within 3 months, that, you're at 1,000 a week, 2,000 a week. That would be that's the way I do it. I always try and get people mentally and emotionally prepared. Let's get you to 1,000 to 2,000 a week in 3 to 6 months. Let's make that our goal. And then I work every day, all day long with a person like that. And I get them free.
Wayne, I apologize for interrupting you. I know we're going to be, dude, I could listen to you all day. I have, and I know many of us have. And I mean, you're just, truly, you're just nonstop wisdom. And unfortunately, we got to wrap this up.